Hello, and welcome to Eloqua Office Hours, where we discuss everything Eloqua and marketing automation each month. We have a quick poll to take while we cover a few housekeeping items, and that should be popping up on your screen now. As a quick note, today's session is being recorded, and you'll receive a link to the replay via email tomorrow. And if you have any questions, please use the Q&A feature so we can keep everything organized. And at the end of today's presentation, we have two special offers to share with you, so stick around, you won't want to miss them. I'm Al Arceo, Account Director at Forethought Marketing, and I'll be your host today. Our presenters include Richard Holder, Director of Marketing, and Dharam Singh, Marketing Operations Consultant here at Forethought. And with that introduction, let me turn things over to Richard.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And we're very excited to have you here to share ideas about how to improve quality and productivity in your everyday today marketing activities. So let's take a look at the poll results. Could you back up one, please, Jerome? All right. So this is a follow-up to a survey we did a number of office hours ago. Apologize. So this is the results. Thank you for everyone who answered. So I see that 50% of you are using AI in some areas, and the rest are researching and so forth. That's pretty consistent with what we hear from our clients when we talk to them. If I look at the how are you using it in your role? Only one person said they were not using it at all. And then others are experimenting or using it partially. Again, that's consistent with what we're doing. No one yet is saying that everything is fully integrated. And then finally, which AI tools is your company considering or using? We just use this for information. So again, thank you for the results. This is very helpful for us. And before we can continue, let's see. We do have a few words from our sponsor, which is the legal department. I don't think you can start a presentation anymore with a little bit of this. We are going to show some examples today. None of them require using sensitive information in order to use them. And especially the custom GPTs that we'll share links for, they do not use your data to train the models. That's completely excluded. So that should be safe. All of the prompts will be published on our website tomorrow. And that way you don't have to be taking notes. You can just relax, listen to the presentation, observe what you see, and then you'll be able to get the full details tomorrow. And of course, the standard disclaimer that GenAI can make mistakes. So just bear that in mind. So today we'll be covering two interesting applications of AI in marketing operations. AI technology has started appearing in unexpected places. Let's consider something as simple as alt text as our first example. Alt text was originally added to give sight-disabled users better context by including image descriptions alongside text. Screen readers help the listener imagine the impact of carefully selected images with the text. And more recently, Apple and other email clients have started providing AI summaries of emails instead of displaying the subject line, preview text, and header, and a snip from the email body in the email box. This may mask some of the intent behind your carefully crafted subject lines and preview text work. By including well-done alt text, the AI can use that information as part of the summary, making alt text valuable beyond just enabling the sight impaired. With that, I'll ask Dharam to walk us through an example of alt text with AI.
All right. So if you can see my screen right now, we are having an email preview with or without quality alt text. So just imagine I'm just showing you guys like how it looks like on your email screens one without the alt text where you are generally putting as image one or image two, and in the second place where you having a quality alt text, it actually helps the visually impaired people or the people who have privacy in their mobile versions where they cannot see the image directly. They will have a proper explanation of what the image is talking about. So going forward, we talk about understanding the alt text and why it matters. And I will be covering up like what are the challenges we had and how we can overcome those challenges. Then there will be a live demonstration, and I will be sharing some benefits of using accurate alt text. So I'll start with what are the current challenges uh, face with alt text implementation. So the common issues include sometimes, like we provide vague description or generally we skip providing any alt text. So, for example, writing as alt is equal to image or no alt attribute at all, it doesn't help screen readers, users to understand the context and the content of the image. Then sometimes we provide very generic labels like alt is equal to photo or alt is graphic. It's too broad and gives no insight into the image meaning or the purpose. Then sometimes we add unhelpful descriptions, and these unhelpful descriptions lack relevance to the actual image function, like what image is actually trying to convey. And this is something which we face most often, that writing it manually doing a typo error, it reduces the professionalism and it can also confuse the machine reading tools or the user. Then last but not the least, is time consuming manual creation. Needing to write a unique alt text for 20 product screenshots manually, it's labor intensive without a tooling. And it also increases the risk of inconsistency or burnout. Then Apple Intelligence AI summaries. So sometimes if we are writing just like alt is equal to image, it can cause AI previews to guess and summarize poorly, or in the case of screen reader, where it starts reading any image with a caption image of. So just imagine when a screen reader is saying image of. So it doesn't provide a good alt text. Also, it looks misaligned and it leads to Apple email, Gmail, and AI tools to misread it. So what proposed solution we do have? So we created a custom GPT for alt text. So it's an AI-powered solution where instead of manually writing alt text for every image, we can use the GPT-based system trained specifically on accessibility, SEO, and email preview best practices. So this understand the context and the intent behind the images. So it allows to produce the best description that are not only accurate but also optimized for both screen readers and machine summarizers like Apple Intelligence. Then customization. So this GPT adapts to the marketing specific needs like banners, blog thumbnails, CTAs, and it also follows the structure to make it consistent and context aware. Then this solution includes a prompt template to guide team members, whether you are working with product image, whether you are working with webinar invites or the thought leadership articles. There is a prompt that ensures that you get the high quality alt text fast. And we also include validation steps. So alt text is tested for WCAG, ADA, and proper character length, clarity, AI summary, it optimization. It also reduces risk and improves the reader experience, specifically for those users who are relying on assistive technology or viewing these in Apple email or Gmail preview cards. So now I'll be taking directly you guys to the demo for the custom GPT. So I'll be using two scenarios from where we can extract the alt text and it will be generated in a formatted table. So what we need to do, we just need to, in the first example, I'm going to upload an HTML file. So this is a simulated version of email I have created for demo purposes. So once the file is uploaded, and we just need to click on send, and now you'll be seeing the magic of this alt text GPT, where it is not only providing you the better alt text, a suggested alt text in a better version, it also gives you an analysis like what is actually missing, what can be done in order to make that alt text more appropriate. Also, you get a alt text heat map table where you can see the analysis section by section, and you also see that it is representing, like if in case it is red, it means you have to change that and it can consider as a problem. But if you see a green one, it shows that the alt text which we have used is appropriate. We also added a glossary. So if in case somebody is new who is using this alt text GPT or writing alt text, they can reference this table to actually understand what this alt text is trying to convey. My second experiment in the demo will be using a reference document which generally shared with the developers while they create emails or landing pages. So this GPT is not only limited to go ahead with the HTML version. You can also upload a doc image or a screenshot. So it will provide you the correct alt text related to that. So now you see, you are getting the heat map table as well. And this chat GPT this custom chat GPT alt text checker is not only limited to providing you the correct alt text, heat map, glossary. You can also get more insights by, asking more questions. So we use couple of use cases, and I'm showing you a screenshot how it looks like. So I did a random check where incorrect and redundant alt text use. So you can see the format how the custom GPT is replying you back. Then the another use case is where you do a random check where alt text is present for the image or not. So if in case you are providing an alt text, it also analyze that and it helps you to see what can be the suggested alt text. And this is a version of heat map of issues by section. So if you can see by section, you can see like, where you need to make the change, where the partially needs improvement, and what requires, a lot of attention. Then what best practices we have included in our custom GPT? We made sure that our custom GPT is context relevant. It doesn't go out of the context and provide you unnecessary or long alt text. We made sure that all texts are being produced in a descriptive language, but we kept a character count so that it cannot provide you something beyond 180 character limits. Then we also made sure that we are including Apple Intelligence AI summaries and Gmail's automatic extraction. And we also made sure that our custom GPT is following ADA compliance and web accessibility guidelines. So what prompt we use? We provided our custom GPT a role. We provided some instructions that our custom GPT should follow while checking for any alt text in an email or in a landing page. We also provided it a structure where we can see that how our alt text improvement table or how our heat map table should look alike. And what are our output requirements? So how it should be looking ahead with structured tables, heat map, and glossaries. And also we use Reason and Chris. So it's a mix of two prompt frameworks which we have used for this custom GPT. And we added some nuances as well, like what exactly we expect our custom GPT to do. So I know like I went too fast, but this will be available to you on our website, so you can easily look at the prompts. And moving forward, we can stop using file names and generic labels to provide correct context of the image. Instead of that, we can use AI for all text creation. Not only it will save time, it will eliminate spelling error, and it will also help you to ensure that you are being compliant with ADA and WCAG guidelines. So there will be no spelling error. There will be, no vague alt text, and it is also you will be also compliant with Apple AI summaries and Gmail automatic extraction. So suppose when Apple AI summary is reading your email, it will be able to provide a better context for the images which are not being seen by the person, and being compliant with ADA and WCAG guidelines. So what we covered alt text and its importance. We covered problems in writing correct alt text. We covered use of AI in checking alt text. We covered a demo and some use cases. So do you have any questions? Feel free to write it in our chat box, and let me know if in case we have any questions.
Yeah, we actually had a couple of questions come in during your presentation, Dharam. I think Richard's been answering some of those off to the side, but one of the questions that came in was, is there any negative impact if you repeat the text of your subject line preview text in the alt for a header image at the start of your email? So Richard, I don't know if you'd like to answer that or if Dharam, but good question.
I personally don't think that there's going to be an impact on it. If you're just using the same text, the AI is going to recognize that. It's not going to repeat it multiple times. So I think it can intelligently handle that. That's a clever way, I think, of doing it, because regardless of how they read the email, even if they have images off, they're going to see the subject line and preview text. So that's actually quite clever. Dharam, did you have anything to add?
I agree with you, Richard, on that.
Great. All right, another question that came in, it was answered, but just in case anybody else is wondering, was how do you access the alt text checker model of ChatGPT? So we'll provide a link to the alt text checker custom GPT tomorrow when you receive the follow-up email to today's webinar. So in case any of you folks are wondering. That's it for questions. And with that, let's move back to Richard.
All right. So our next AI example is about saving time, and especially doing campaign data. As we look at campaign analysis, consider the effort it took to create a chart like this. While the Eloqua Insight dashboards offer excellent summaries, they often don't include everything your team needs to leverage without extensive customization. Obtaining the data and building the charts can be very time consuming. So we want to suggest an approach that we have taken for more rapidly taking the data and producing charts and insights.
Thank you, Richard. So I'll be taking on. So what we like Richard already discussed what we are talking about. So I'll be taking a use case and I will be providing you a demo, and we can also address what challenges we solved. So I wanted to give you a glimpse on that. So we have simulated some data, and what it looks like. So there was an old process where, we start from having a lot of campaign reporting data, and we made some changes and we go through the manual checks, and in the last we get this kind of a data. So it takes a lot of manual effort, And I will show you like how it looks like, while doing that. You access Eloqua Insight, you download the campaign report, you clean the campaign report, you revisit the Eloqua Insight, you select the relevant campaigns which you want to, add for your insight, then you download the final report, then you also do the manual check of reporting matrices, because many a times we found out that the reporting matrices shared by Alequa were not correct. So as a best practice, I always make sure that, we are checking it manually. So we are not reporting anything which is incorrect. Then also, incorporating those new data into the slides. So what use case we have? So today we have taken a scenario where we are extracting only a relevant month data, and we'll be loading a raw campaign data file, which will be filtering records for the required month, and it will generate a clean structured file with the insights and recommendations. So I'll take you guys directly into the demo. So what we need to do, like it's already pre-prompted. We just need to go ahead and we need to upload that campaign analysis report. And apart from that, we just only need to provide the specific month for which we are looking for the data, and rest apart, all the things will be done by the custom GPT itself. So in the prior process, it may take, a lot of minutes to, cover that, but with the help of custom GPT, it narrows it down to couple of minutes. So while it is analyzing, I will show you how the data looks like after, going ahead. So what it does, it actually clears the unnecessary fields in your report, and after that, it provide you a comprehensive analysis. So if you can see, not only it is showing you the analysis which you can directly copy and paste and share it with the other team relevant members. You can also see how beautifully it is able to produce you the chart, bar graph, and pie chart. And it's not only limited to that. You can also see what are the key insights from your campaign, what are the recommendation you can take forward. So going ahead, what challenges we are solving? So not only it is eliminating your outdated data, it is reducing your manual effort and your time. And with that, not only it is enhancing the accuracy and providing better insights, ultimately it leads to the better and improved reporting efficiency. So what prompt framework we have used? So we have used Risen framework for the prompt. The reason being, I believe, for the repetitive tasks which you are doing throughout your day in and day out, this prompt frameworks fit exactly well in that. So what's the full form of Risen? Its role, input, steps, expected output, and nuances. So if you'll see, we provided a role to our custom GPT. We gave some input to our custom GPT. We asked our custom GPT to follow some steps one by one, and we also asked our custom GPT what we are expecting as an output. And we also cover up some edge cases and enhancement, like what specifically our custom GPT should be limited to. So just imagine not, getting these kind of a data, by just uploading a file, which if you'll go, previously by doing a manual effort, it takes a lot. But, getting that data analyzed and, in a structured form, and you get the reporting insights, and you also get the areas of improvement and recommendation. So not only it's saving you time, it also enhancing the accuracy of your reports, or of your campaign reports. So what we covered, the old process for campaign reporting data, it differs, varies, person to person, how they extract the data, the problems, use of AI in analyzing the campaign report. Then we did a demo with a use case, and how we were able to generate charts and insights from the data. So thank you and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer you.
Yeah, as a reminder, if you have questions, just use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen to help keep us organized. There was a question that came in, which is related to when will the prompts be available? Dharam or Richard, would one of you like to take that?
I think it will be available after the presentation tomorrow on our website. Otherwise, we'll be sharing these prompts over the email as well, so that people can try. And moreover, we'll also share the link for our custom GPTs, and you just need to have an account, and you can log in and you can try it on your own.
All right. Any other questions from the audience? Great. Looks like one more, which is related to languages and limitations for AI content quality or suggestions, and specifically only English, or does it work fine for Spanish or other languages like Chinese?
All right. So for this custom GPT, it is using US English by default, but you can change the prompt if in case you want your custom GPT to read any data in any other specific language. You can add that in the instruction, and the chat GPT, the custom GPT will follow that instruction. Moreover, if you are using this custom GPT as well, you can try it out and you can write it down, provide a prompt to the custom GPT that you want to see these all text in the Spanish language or in the Chinese language. It will do that for you. But if you are uploading the data which is specifically in another language, I'll say you can modify the prompt. It's just take a line to add that you want your specific data in this language format, and it will do it for you.
Great. I'm going to pause just for a moment here to see if there's any last minute questions before we move on. Okay, appears that is it.